Okay, hello everyone. So it's been a while that I don't make a live with a game with a English commentary. Uh, I had the original intention of recording this in Portuguese, but I found out this game didn't get translated. It's a pity because it's an awesome game for those who likes um, puzzles and investigation without being a horror game like Silent Hill 2, the remake just came out. So this is quite a cool game. We play as a maid. It happens in a hotel and there is a murder. So let's get started. New game.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving. It's on your right. Here.
No, no, I'm usually in charge of the second and third. So each maid has their assigned for it? Yes. So why? Expecting to believe that's all you do in there. Having a drink? I suppose you can dress.
Here we are.
I just want to see if he reacted.
Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No, it's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Oh, par la fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrai bohème, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs. Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Document's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break. Nothing like a well-made bed.
I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone. Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
Very professional of her.
That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
You know me. You know my family. You've had a seat at our bar since the day we... You know my family. You've had a seat at our bar since the day we opened in 49. You've made more than a friend to us. You're practically family. And while friends are polite to each other, family deserves more. Family deserves honesty. As such, I want to be as direct as possible in letting you know that you're down to your last chance. The $8,380 you owe us, plus 25% interest, is now 8 months overdue. My patience has worn thin. This isn't like one of your unpaid bar tabs. You came to us for help, and help always comes at a price. We've opened our pockets to you time and time again, and all you've done is taken advantage of our goodwill and generosity. We'll come over in person to make our collection tomorrow. I'll be bringing along the boys so we can all sit down and have a little chat. But just so you know, they aren't too good with words. Who did you get involved with? The mob? So it seems. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Mapleson, regretful as we are to have to resort to these lines of communication, our client and your neighbor, the owner of 88 32nd Street, has been ultimately evasive of our many attempts to reach out and collect our due debts, specifically an amount owed us to the sum of $1,904.75. He has given us little resource but to contact him to those of close physical proximity to him in the hopes that they can deliver a message on our behalf. We have little desire to disturb you and the other fine citizens of 32nd Street, but our business may bring us back to your neighborhood if it is But our business may bring us back to your neighborhood if it is not resolved quickly. The help of your kind community would be greatly appreciated for us and certainly for your neighbor. Kindly, Lucky Coin Financing. The Holy Bible.
Good enough.
Acknowledgement of debt. Date acknowledgement January 16th, 1958. Date of initial loan January 2nd, 1957. Entered into agreement between eligible Mayhew and eligible. Initial amount $1,500. Amount overdue $3,500. On the date of initial loan, the lender agreed to lend an amount of money to the sum of $1,500 to the borrower for an enduring period of 12 months calculated from date of the initial loan. The borrower was to be obliged to pay interest at the rate of 150% per annum, the total sum of said interest to be paid together with the capital sum of the granted loan by the loan period's end. With the loan period reaching its conclusion on July 2, 1957, the borrower was expected to have repaid the full amount owed. The failure to do so will prompt further action. Refer to page 3 for further details on the place and time of repayment. Refer to section C for the expected rates of all overdue payments as they relate to the time that has passed since the end of the loan period. That's the menu.
You brought your own mug? Well, I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary. And voila. Good as new.
I'm done snooping.
They want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
No, I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I didn't see.
What?
Now's not the time to pick up Smokey and Sophie. Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie. Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. This leak really needs to be fixed. I hope the weather doesn't make it worse.
The Montrealer. 31 pages Montreal, Monday, February 17, 1958, 10 cents. 19 arrested in deviant raid. Montreal police arrested 19 persons in an early Saturday's raid at Manny's Lounge, located in Stanley Street, downtown Montreal. The establishment, owned by Emmanuel Laliberté, is a known hangout for sex deviates. A Montreal City employee, a court official, and 2 teachers were among those seized, according to official reports. Lieutenant Sylvain Guilbeault says he plans to send letters to schools employing the arrested teachers. School principals, parents, and fellow teachers should prevent such people from being in close contact with youngsters, he said. It's everyone's responsibility to protect our children. Lieutenant Guilbeault also promised an investigation would be opened on Laliberté, who already has a criminal record to his name. Continue on page 3. Major snowstorm paralyzed city. Montreal is paralyzed by this winter's 5th and most important snowstorm. 15 inches of snow are expected until the end of the day. The last major storm, back in January, had covered the city with 12 inches of snow. The storm started yesterday with 6 inches falling during the day and 6 more during the night. Violent winds created giant snow banks all over the city. Many drivers ignored police warnings and decided to take their cars on their own risk, resulting in several accidents. Trains from the United States are expected to be delayed up to 3 hours. At Dorval Airport, most departures have been cancelled, while arrivals are delayed or diverted altogether. Continue on page 5. Shop owners against new mental hospital. A group of downtown Montreal businessmen and shop owners met with Mayor Sarto Fournier last week to air their grievances concerning the city's recent decision to allow construction of a new mental hospital on Dorchester Boulevard. William Weston, manager of Weston's department store, says he and his group will fight tooth and nail to prevent the hospital's construction. Will our customers feel safe to come downtown for their shopping needs, knowing there are lunatics next door? He said. Continued on page 8. Not a bloody Valentine. Valentine's Day concluded in horror last Friday with the murder of an Outremont resident. A worried neighbor called the authorities at 11:15 p.m. after hearing loud shouts from next door. When police arrived, they found the lifeless body of a 34-year-old man. Authorities have refused to identify the victim or provide any details about the circumstances of his death. No suspect has been apprehended yet, but Detective Lieutenant Maurice Tremblay asked anyone with information to come forward as soon as possible. Does your personal hygiene worry you? Are those worries bothering your husband? Stop worrying and save your marriage with Lee Oil. Lee Oil is an indispensable aid to marriage hygiene. Millions of women use it regularly to safeguard their beauty and avoid undesirable surprises. It's penetrative and effective, even in the presence of organic matter. Begin to use Lee's Oil today so you can stop worrying about your hygiene and focus on more important things, such as pleasing your hard-working husband. Lee's Oil has been endorsed for more than 60 years by scientists, medical professionals, and many other men who have women's hygiene at heart. A Lee's Oil Corporation product. It was the 50s, guys. The 50s. Bear that in mind.
Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck cleaning up the reception hall after a ball, even if they did draw the short straw. Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
You weren't kissing. I tried to ignore them. You said you needed to see me.
Oh, I try not to pay attention to them.
I just find the sucking noises hard to ignore, you know? But that won't be an issue today, of course. Every sound is being drowned out by the phone's constant ringing.
Because of the storm?
You have no idea. You're the only person I've talked to today that hasn't mentioned the blizzard. I mean, until now.
Oh. Sorry.
It's alright. I guess I'm just looking for something else to talk about. Anything else.
Okay.
Well, I do have some gossip about Jacques and Wendy.
How dare you not lead with that? What's going on?
When you called, I wasn't whispering because they were making out. They were fighting.
Oh, this is entertaining. I mean, oh no, why?
I'm not completely sure, but it sounded like Linda had something to do with it.
Ugh, that bitch.
Beth?
Trust me, she deserves it.
Why does everyone hate Linda? Jack is to blame. That's it for today's scoop.
I don't get why everyone hates her so much. Linda's always nice to me.
To you, maybe. But she's just the worst to every girl she perceives as a threat.
A threat? A threat to what?
I don't know. Her place as Bernard's right hand, I suppose.
So, you're saying I'm not a threat?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Linda thinks that, but that's her mistake. I know there's more to you than meets the eye.
Oh. Thanks. So, you said you needed me? My help, I mean.
Oh, right. Wanna guess why?
Did you see a mouse again?
You make it sound like that would be no big deal.
It would. Wouldn't it?
Well, what if it was a rat?
Didn't you tell me you were raised on a farm? Those little creatures shouldn't scare you.
Ugh, that doesn't make them any less disgusting.
So, is there one or not?
No. No rodent is involved, thank God. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around. Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
Protect the family. Say no to divorce. You can be divorced against your will. Women and children suffer most in divorce. You lose your succession rights in divorce. The wife's pension rights are lost in divorce. You lose your right to the family home in divorce.
Jacques, leaving luggage in the lobby? Are you trying to get Bernard to kill you?
Linda,
Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I was... I mean, I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm just... I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
It's a bit gross.
Oh. I hope it's got nothing to do with bodily functions.
God, I hope so too. A few weeks ago, I walked into a room and found the trash can filled with cucumbers. Like, whole cucumbers. And some of them were carved, and I threw the whole trash can out that day. Don't tell Bernard.
I won't. Oh. I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, alright. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants you to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
I can hardly believe you two are from the same family.
I'm really sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well,
A film roll? The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Ew. I better throw that away.
It's clean.
Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's very unlikely.
So... which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to talk to you. Well, for that...
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
He doesn't have a phone. He's a bit of an old-fashioned fella, if you know what I mean. Yes?
Bernard still leaves these around the front desk?
So first I suggest...
Guess he didn't hear Beth when she swore she'd burn the place to the ground next time she had to suffer through one of his sermons.
Clasp your hands together and think really hard about just how much you want the snowstorm to end. It may help to repeat his name, too. It's, God? G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic to your plight. No, I never dared. No, I'm dead serious. If anyone...
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? The girls have been complaining about him ever since he arrived.
Yeah, I'm sure this one has no thoughts for maids. With the dogs he has up there, his room will be a real mess when he's done with it.
Dogs? Bernard must really like him if he allowed pets in the building. Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity.
Oh.
I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
This must have been so much fun. Well, for the guests, at least.
That's the same.
Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade? What is this?
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, it's Sophie. Can I speak to Andrew, please?
Yeah. Hold on. Andrew? Andrew?
I'm here. Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it's just... my trip to the 6th floor took longer than expected.
Oh, I'm sorry to add to your plate, but I really need your help.
Sure. What's up?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Mr. Spade? Why would he...
I don't know. He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Jesus. What are you doing in them exactly?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Oh. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act?
Yes.
I think we should call the police.
Whoa, slow down a minute.
But...
Sophie, there are pictures of you invading our guests' privacy.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I believe you. But others might not. With those pictures, it could really blow up in your face if a guest were to complain about missing items.
I could always throw them out.
Well, that's one way to deal with it, I guess. You said you found the pictures hanging over the bath, right? Were they still wet?
I wouldn't say wet, but a little damp, yeah.
Okay. So you must have developed them fairly recently.
What are you getting at?
Well, the pictures you found were left there to dry, but he could have developed more of them in an earlier batch. He wouldn't have left them in the bathroom, though. Probably stored them somewhere dry.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
That would certainly be a good place to store pictures.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Maybe I can... Give me a sec. Shoot.
What?
news is, I can't find the combination list. Good news is, we can probably do without it. Most guests write their code down to make sure they don't forget it. So, say you wanted to look for it, I could keep an eye out and call you if I see our mysterious photographer return.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and Andrew?
Yes?
Please keep this between us.
Of course. Don't worry about that.
Let's see. I'm putting a lot of trust in this young man.
Did you intend for me to discover your little dark room? Or did this just fall down? I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down.
Do not
We have that in common.
Do not forget to buy more film. Let's see what happens.
I should bring that back to my cart. The lake. Beaver Lake. I took Mom skating there just a few weeks ago.
Hmm. 2G, 2. Why Harry's? Lots of burger places closer to the hotel.
Harry's Diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time?
Wow, 40 cents for 2 Cokes. $3 for 2 burgers. 10 cents for extra fries.
This was the sale where I found that winter jacket that Mom loves. Were you there too? I just visited the oratory for the first time in years. This has to be a coincidence, right?
Special occasion, wedding, funeral. T30.
Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade?
Dear Mr. Morgan, you have to stop writing to this address. Lindsay died 2 years ago. Do not know what happened between the two of you, but please let us grieve in peace. Thank you, Lindsay's mother.
Is this a floor of the Clarington?
Room service night mostly. Lobby boys 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Housekeeping 10 p.m., 4 p.m.
One man's trash is another maid's trash. Something tells me you won't be missing this. I hope you aren't eating those beans. Oh.
And they were roommates. 2 women. No one at school suspected what took place once the door was locked. Teacher and the student? 1 room, 2 women, and so many secrets. She was alone in a town she barely knew, hundreds of miles away from home. She was desperate for comfort, and found it in the arms of the most unexpected person. What first started as a normal friendship between 2 women soon blossomed into something much more passionate and disturbing. This is a tale of love and desire like you have never read before. One of her own experience, the author, working under a pseudonym, tears the curtain from one of the gravest threats to modern social morality, the strange love practices trapping unwary girls today, particularly in our larger cities.
The storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not too bored. Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms?
Dear Mr. Spade, the present letter is to confirm the reception of a transfer request to room 507. Regrettably, the room in question is currently occupied by an extended stay guest. We are therefore unable to grant your request. Thank you for your understanding. Please contact us should you have any other requests. Yours sincerely, Bernard Lebuc, Hotel Manager. Lindsay's address, Infantry Division, year of hospital discharge.
What do we have here?
Do not forget to take your pills.
You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions.
57 is the discharge. Infantry 99.
Is he here?
Who? Oh, Mr. Spade? No, he's not.
Andrew? You said you'd call if he was coming back to his room.
Right. I did, right. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, Andrew. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I'm so sorry, Sophie. I couldn't help but check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
What is it?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
Whoa. Like they have in the movies? What is he tracking?
Me, I think. The map's marked at a couple of spots. They're all places I visited recently.
Jesus. Did you... have you found anything on him?
I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan. Mr. Spade must be an alias.
The Maltese Falcon!
The Mal what?
I can't believe I didn't notice it earlier. The Maltese Falcon. It's a book centered around a private investigator named Sam Spade.
Oh, you don't think Mr. Morgan's a PI too, do you?
Well, if he is, then he's not exactly being subtle about it. It's like being a spy and using James Bond as a pseudonym.
James who?
Never mind. It's from another book. Did you find anything else?
He seems to have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, he did? Well, a lot of people do, really. More than you'd think. It's not that weird. What does he suffer from?
According to his file, insomnia, anxiety, memory loss.
He's probably been through some pretty traumatic events. So is that all you found, then?
I discovered an army picture taken in Belgium in 1944. I think he was in World War II.
That would certainly explain his symptoms. Imagine all the horrors he must have seen. Do you know which division he was in, by any chance?
The 99th Infantry, I think.
The Battle Babies.
The Battle Babies? That's a weird nickname.
That's because most of the soldiers in the 99th were inexperienced. Still, they fared well against the Germans. Got medals of honor and everything.
How do you know so much about World War II?
From books, obviously.
Of course. Well, I'm glad you know so much about so much stuff.
Who knew being a huge nerd would pay off one day? Found anything else on Mr. Morgan?
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Wait, you figured out the combination already?
It took some work, but yes.
Wow. You're a resourceful gal, aren't you?
I have my moments.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Please do. And I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. $34. 57.99.
Damn it.
Oh, it's 99.57.
Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now. M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here?
Arrived at the hotel room and room not ready yet. Had to wait in the lobby. M and H came in, both nicely dressed. M was holding a flower bouquet. Heard them talking to the receptionist, saying how nice the oratory was. Picked up some flyers to find out what oratory they were talking about. Room finally ready. No sign of M or H. Decide to unpack and install my setup in the bathroom. Still no sign of M and H. Have probably gone out again. Finished developing this afternoon's picture. Unable to sleep. Heard weird noises from the corridor. No idea who or what it was.
You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you?
So M and H arrived at the hotel's restaurant and ate a quick breakfast. M and H left the hotel and got into a taxi, tried to follow, but had no money for a cab. Found a pawn shop to get some money, but no idea where M and H went. Back in my room, we'll have to kill time until M and H return. Spotted M and H entering the hotel with Weston shopping bags. Found M and H eating at the hotel's restaurant. H left for the bathroom. M exchanged a few words with a woman and her child. M and H left the restaurant, probably turning in for the night, while leaving H emptied pockets into the trash. Searched the trash, found a receipt from a place called Harry's Diner, with drawings with weird symbols on it. Took a coffee at Harry's Dinner. Showed picture of M and H to waitress. Waitress remembered them. Said M used to be a regular about 10 years ago. Back in my room, tried mapping M and H's movements since their arrival in Montreal, unable to sleep again. Heard someone exiting room 507, but did not hear the elevator.
Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions.
Okay. You can pause and read these. Okay. Very well. Okay. Birds of North American Encyclopedia.
M and H. Maybe Andrew could find them in the logbook.
Maybe I should call him.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hey. Just a sec. Beth, could you cover for me?
Again?
Pretty please? Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe. What was in it?
A journal.
Oh? Does it say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
2 other staff members? Who is it?
No, they're guests. I don't know their names though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
Of course. Sorry. I'll just need some more info to narrow the search. What do you know about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
It could be initials, or maybe, I don't know, husband and mistress?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so we're probably looking for a room with a double bed then.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, seeing as last Friday was Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot. Wait a minute. There's a couple staying in room 509. Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
My thoughts exactly.
Do you know anything about the Cruzes?
Well, I was there when they checked in. Handed them a couple pamphlets on tourist attractions. I remember noticing that Mr. Cruz wears the same cologne as my father, but...
That's not much to go on.
Yeah, I know. Do you, perhaps, have room 509 on your to-do list?
I do, actually.
Would it be wrong of me to suggest you do some...
Snooping? I guess that's what I'm known for now.
Nah, don't worry. I'm sure we'll find a better legacy for you.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Watch out, alright?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again.
And this is a nice place to wrap up this episode. Keep tuned in for more, and I'll try to post this entire game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.